There's organizations that work on various issues because the communities that we dealing with are affected by multiple issues, right? You got organizations that just deal with immigration. You got other organizations that just deal with drug use, and they got syringe exchange and all that. You got so everybody tries to have their different things that they bring. Everybody's working on one issue, but not in the same sense. So when you come to an organization that's pretty much focused on one issue that this community that's marginalized is dealing with, they may not have that insight in their mind to be able to move to that other level. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason, and another reason is that a lot of organizations don't really have the capacity to do as much as they would like. Like, we're really short-staffed, Vocal New York. We got like 3 organizers, and we pretty much like strung out like crazy. I try to get involved in everything as much as possible, but to solve that problem, I actually took it upon myself to invite all the groups that I've been working with, because I've been with OWS like the second week that shit started. I was there. And I did a rally on police brutality because Felix Petra, one of our leaders, got punched in the face by a captain, and it was on the Daily News, right? We did a rally. It wasn't planned. I straight up chanted. I did the mic check thing. I'm good with the mic check now. I did the mic check thing, got everybody together, and we rallied. No plan. I didn't come, nothing like that. Like, and we had like over 500 people from the park. You know what I'm saying? But how we trying to solve that now, how I'm trying to solve it, or to say Vocal New York, and with other organizations that have been a part of it, is that I just had a monthly meeting that Jazz was a part of, Riverside Church. Stop at first. Jessica, I think, was there. I remember your face. I was there too. Okay. So the whole point of that is to bring these groups together, yo, because I'm tired of that too. Like, we all fighting for the same issue. We need to come together because numbers is what changes the dynamics and alters the power. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you 100%. We have monthly meetings, which is public, it's general, it's solidarity. If you remember when I was at that meeting, that was my whole message from throughout the whole thing. Yo, this is solidarity. In fact, I want to hear what everybody is doing so I could come out if I got time to and support that. You know what I'm saying? So I hold monthly meetings every single first Wednesday of the month at 14th Street. You know the address. Anybody who wants to come, all organizations, individuals, and somebody that just wants to hear is welcome. You know what I'm saying? And it's about bringing these groups together. Because a lot of times we get kind of lost in publicity and wanting to be known to win. A lot of organizations, and that's the honest truth, that the reason why we're able to continue our work is because we show that we can win. You know what I'm saying? But now we're dealing with an issue that is not representing an organization, it's representing the people in these communities.
And I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm a realist, and I like to cut through the bullshit and just get down to the point. Now, one, all right, saying this is for y'all to answer. One, all right, we have many organizations out there fighting in the same direction, fighting for basically the same cause. All right. Now, the problem we're having with these organizations is a lot of them, does not want to intertwine with these other organizations because they feel that it's going to interrupt the flow that they have or the direction that they feel that they are going, even though we are going in the same direction, right? Now, how can that be, spoken about, that these organizations, could come together, overlook their difference, and realize that what we're fighting, is against oppression and against a tyrant, imperialist country that we need to put a stop to, all right? Two, Two is another situation we're dealing with. We need to be realists about where the problem, really lies. Blacks, Hispanic, immigrants, people of color are the bottom of the totem pole. They don't have the same privileges that any, other, European people may have or opportunities they have. We have to start from the bottom, scraping our nails to try to make it somewhere in our life. So we have to understand that we need to go to these neighborhoods, all right, and bring what we know, the knowledge that we have, and share it with them. I disagree with you a little bit. Miseducation is one of the main destruction of the black and Hispanic family or people of color. You know what I'm saying? Because as myself, I grew up in Harlem. I grew up being stopped and frisked. I grew up being abused by police. I grew up being criminalized to a point where I psychologically believed that this was normal. just like the Jim Crow era. Right? They felt that that's where they was born into that life, and that is their life. There's nothing beyond that. So there's people still inside these ghettos, right? They're still feeling the same way. They feel that that is all that they have and all that's been handed down to them. And there's nothing else for them. So they learn to adapt and they learn to live with that. Right? And now, you know what I'm saying, like Brothers That Stop and Frisk, you know what I'm saying, many other organizations that goes out there into these ghettos, these brothers are starting to wake up. A lot of them. Right? But they're not waking up, you know what I'm saying, if we do not gather together, look at our differences in all these organizations, and let them see that we could become a family, a human family, and fight together against the injustice that's taking place. So basically, I'm saying maybe y'all can answer that, because that's the situation that I've been dealing with.
I can answer that,
You know what I'm saying? And we need to come together and look and overlook our difference. That's what I'm saying. And then we can make a voice loud, precise, that it cannot be ignored. No matter who's out there making a louder noise, we're gonna be louder than them. So, you know, let's band together and let's work on doing that and look and overlooking our difference.
Marley, like, this is a kid who basically got killed because of a stop, and frisk gone bad. You know what I mean? That is what that is about. And the fact that they're able to get away with that is an absolute outrage. And if we win that, that will give confidence to people in a major way. But I also want to say that I think that we have to think more broadly, too, about social movements and the power of social movements. There's a couple of statistics, one I read recently and one I experienced a long time ago that I think are instructive. I just read that in Oakland, during the period of Occupy Oakland this fall, when the encampment was happening in Oscar Grant Plaza, violent crime in that city dropped by 19%, which I just found astounding. I mean, when you talk about, you know, youth fighting against each other, 19%, why is that? One, they were feeding people in Oscar Grant Plaza. Two, people had a place to go. And three, there was a sense of hope. Like, we were fighting together for something. That made an impact. Also, I was part of the movement when Abner Louim, I don't know if people remember him, back in the early 1990s, was sodomized with a plunger by the police in Brooklyn. And we had a demonstration of 20,000 people, mostly Haitians, marching across the Brooklyn Bridge. It was one of the most empowering demonstrations I've been on. In the period immediately following that movement, police arrests in that precinct dropped by 40% because they didn't feel the confidence to go out and do that. And so I think, like, we have to also resist the temptation to say we need to come up with the perfect policy, or we need to, like, come up with the perfect law, or just sort of pressure politicians. We need to do all that, but really we need to build a social movement that gives people confidence and that understands that these issues are linked. So when we're fighting against stop, and frisk, we're also fighting against the school closures. We're also fighting for health care. We're also fighting for jobs. We're fighting against Newt Gingrich when he's saying that people shouldn't have food stamps. We're fighting for more food stamps. We should have more. We should have an expansion of the welfare state because of what's happening to people in this country. And I think that that's what can give people confidence, and that's what we built in the 1960s. It wasn't a policy by policy movement. It was a movement against the entire system that empowered people and gave a sense that we could fight for something much more. And I think that that's what's going to take people out of their homes and into the streets and give them the confidence to fight.